All right, welcome back to the next episode of This is Week in Bad Movies.
This is Week in Bad Movies. Yeah, because today we're seeing it on a Sunday. So we've seen it on Monday, a Tuesday, and a Sunday. So Bad Movie Friday is officially kaput. Although the last two videos have come out on the actual Friday, so who the fuck knows now?
Yeah, depends when I get around to it.
Yeah.
Usually Friday. Welcome back. I am I'm the man of 1,004 movies. Tyrell. I said Jaws last week. Damn
darn
it.
it,
Oh,
dude.
waste.
Poltergeist.
Tyrell Deep Blue Sea.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. You should find out how many shark movies there actually are, and then you can just be a shark movie forever. I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at KillerGreg17 on Twitter.
And this week, we saw 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
Uncaged. A movie I did not believe was a sequel until I looked it up. Ty told me, and I thought he was pranking me because I could not believe that. But they also didn't market this as a sequel in any way. Like, I know there was the Uncaged part, but even on the thing, it just said 47 meters down.
It would be like 47 meters or 48 meters down.
Yeah, 48 meters down. But the Uncaged part didn't imply to me in any way that it was a sequel. But, I mean, who knows?
I mean, spoiler alert, there's no cage in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. The last movie, they were in a cage. That was the thing. And then the cage broke, and the sharks came in. This one, there was no cage. They're uncaged. See? And then technically, the sharks were caged in this. And then they opened the door, and the sharks came out. They were uncaged. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. So there's Mayan ruins, which I thought they were in Hawaii. They were obviously in Hawaii.
No, they're in Mexico.
No, the movie was shot in Hawaii.
Yeah, but there was a title card at the beginning that said Mexico.
I'm aware of what the title card said. But it didn't look like Mexico at all. I mean, maybe there are parts of Mexico that look a lot like Hawaii. I don't know. I'm ashamed at how little I actually do know about Mexico. But it just felt like it was in Hawaii, and then they started talking about this Mayan shit. I was like, oh my god, they're not in Hawaii?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Because they start off in like this very non-Mexican girls' prep school.
Definitely, and I guess maybe that's like the premise is like rich white people get to go to their own school when they're in Mexico. But like to me, it just looked like a prep school in Hawaii, which made more sense. But whatever.
And there's all this talk about tourists, and a lot of it would make more sense if it was in Hawaii.
Yeah, for sure. But then they couldn't have the Mayan shit. I mean, I don't know are there like ancient races of Hawaiians? I know Hawaiians were there for a long time.
Yeah,
that's like a thing. But did they ever have temples or anything?
Nothing.
Again, I don't know. We're history dummies, and I'm sorry about that. The school systems failed us.
So this movie stars a cavalcade of stars' children.
Yeah. The one was not actually someone's child. The one was Breck Basinger, which we assumed was Kim Basinger's daughter. No, incorrect. But there are at least two others.
Yeah, there's Corinne Fox,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's daughter, and
Stallone, something Stallone. Sistine Stallone.
Sistine Stallone. We all know Sylvester's love of the Sistine Chapel. Just had to name his kid after that. So they're stepsisters. Who's the dad in this? Look that up for me.
John Corbin. Of God's Not Dead 3 fame.
He is.
I actually really like him as an actor. He never looks like he's trying, but him not trying is still charismatic.
It's really funny because he seems to be the only one who knows he's in a movie.
Yeah.
All of his lines are just like, hey, you guys have that stuff for me for tomorrow? All right, well, looking forward to it.
He's also the voice of Applebee's, which makes me want to vomit just thinking about Applebee's. But you can't hear that voice now without thinking about like 2 for Tuesday steaks.
Oh my god. I just put that together.
Yeah.
You're seeing this in real time.
Yes. Like I felt like halfway through it was $22 2 for Tuesday steaks coming this summer.
Dollar margaritas. Step on in. Get on in. They're 99% water.
Yeah. So the premise of this is a sequel. The guy who directed this also directed the first one, which is shocking because this was just awful. I can't believe I didn't see the first one. Did you see the first one?
I did not see the first one.
Okay, I can't believe I can't imagine this guy got worse. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, how did the first one make enough money for them?
Right.
They have to make this for no money.
Yeah.
This had to be like, oh, well, I'm friends with these people. They're looking to get their daughters into a movie. I have an established franchise and I have a pool in my backyard.
It kind of has to be something like that. So this movie cost $12 million to make, which is actually an insanely low budget now.
Yeah.
$12 million. I can't believe they made this movie on $12 million. I assumed it was like 25, 30 million. But like we were talking about it on the way out, water shit isn't cheap.
No.
You know, like the scuba tanks and the experts and the diving, and you got to teach these actresses how to scuba and stuff. I mean, the CGI suffered for it.
Oh yeah.
But
there's a few shots that are just hilarious. So before we get into that stuff, let's just try to power through the opening.
Yeah.
God's Not Dead 3 is he's a paleontologist, but for underwater stuff.
A water archaeologist.
So he has found underwater ruins from a Mayan temple, a Mayan city that are built on catacombs, and he's been mapping them out. And his stepdaughters don't get along because one's really popular and one's not popular. And then they are supposed to go to a glass bottom boat trip, but instead they ditch that to go to the first dig site, or exploration site, what do you want to call it? Yeah. And then they decide to check out the ruins, and then hilarity and boredom continues from there.
Mostly boredom.
A lot of boredom.
This the underwater stuff is tough because it's slow. It's slow and it's hard to see. Two things that do not go well with an action movie.
Yeah, like if they make it a point at the beginning to say, "Oh, we don't have any flippers," so they're constantly just like treading water and.
Right. They're like, don't make any sudden movements or you'll turn up the silt and then you won't be able to see anything. Well, that applies to the movie makers too, you dinguses. Like, if they can't see anything, we can't see anything. And I think part of that they did that, I'm sure, for like the few jump scares, and one got me good.
Yeah, there was two, but jump scares, that's what they're designed to do.
Right. But like, it's when you're seeing nothing and then you see something that's not quite as impactful as like, you know, something jumping out of a closet or something. You can't see fucking shit at all in this movie.
The big kicker, the thing that sets the entire thing off, is they're in this underwater ruin. And they're like, oh, we're just going to go in this one room. Oh, yeah. And then they see I forget what they call it. It's a fish that's got like no color. You only see a skin and like bones. It looks like a dry bones from Mario. But it's a fish. And these are actually real things. Because they've developed underwater so deep, they don't need eyes. So it's all just clear. And they just kind of bump around and eat whatever they can find.
Right.
So this one girl, Stallone's daughter, she's like, hey, fishy, fishy, hey. The fishy swims up to her and does a Five Nights at Freddy's scream. It's like, ah!
It literally screams.
It's like, what?
This fish that has never had human contact, has no eyes, does everything by senses, has vocal cords to scream. Have you ever heard a fish scream?
So that made everybody jump, including the girls. The entire ruins fall down around them.
Which is insane. That these ruins have had seawater rushing in and out of it for millennia. And one person bumping into a pillar.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. Except slow motion and not fun.
Yeah.
And you can't see half of it. But yeah, her being scared by a screaming fish is going to have such a catastrophic impact on her that she's going to shoot back and demolish these ruins.
Oh, they get trapped, and that's when the silt kicks up. And then they run into one of the divers, Ben. And he's like, hey, what are you girls doing down here? You missed this. You were in the bathroom. But this was actually hilarious. Because he's so nonchalant. He's like, oh, what's up, girls? Oh, last time I tell you about where we've been. All right, follow this line. We'll get you out of here. All right. Shark, whomp. Just out of nowhere. They scream. I laugh. Greg comes back, and I try to explain it to him. And he's just like, what?
Yeah, I came back. I'm like, I assumed nothing happened because when I had left, they had just knocked over the pillars, and I'm like, all right, they're just gonna be screaming in the silt for a little while. I have time to go pee.
Yeah.
And no, Ty's like, no, everything happened. There's sharks in the equation now.
Oh yeah. And the rest of the movie is them just swimming and screaming. They scream non-fucking stop.
I have like a lot of issues with this movie, but at the same time, this movie isn't serious enough to truly critique. Like, The Kitchen fucking tried.
Oh yeah.
That movie thought it was making a statement, and it was so shitty that you have to like pick it apart. This is a fucking blind shark movie starring two famous people's daughters.
One of which dies like real early.
For $12 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, it's almost critique proof. It's just a bad movie, but it had nothing going for it. It had the Applebee's guy as your big star.
If this was on Netflix, no one would have batted an eye. They would have,
Right.
People would just get hammered, be like, yo, check out the shark movie, let's watch it. They'd be like, dude, that was dope.
And like, you know, this is the kind of movie that makes me really sad that, and Ty and I are of a certain age, but it makes me sad that things like Hollywood Video and them don't exist anymore. Because this is exactly what we would do. We would go, every Friday, we'd go 5 for $5, and we'd just pick out every shitty movie we could find. And we watch them, and we get a little drunk, and we'd mystery science them, you know?
We still make jokes about this.
Right. I mean, you know,
day.
Harvest of Fear, like
Harvest
that
of
type
Fear.
of shit. What was that monster truck movie we watched at a bachelor party?
Oh my god.
It was like Monster Jam.
It was like
2000 or something.
Monster Man, I think it was just
It
called.
might have been Monster Man, right? It was a killer with a monster truck. I mean, blind shark movie. If this movie had like some cheesy blind shark on the cover, and it's midnight at a Hollywood Video, this is the type of movie we'd pick up. And this type of movie doesn't have that place anymore. Maybe Netflix, but Netflix doesn't do a good job of like when you're surfing Netflix, this isn't the kind of movie that stands out.
No, it just looks like, oh, this is a blind shark movie.
Right.
It's like a step down from, or maybe a step up, a step in one direction from like a Sharknado.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this is supposed to be ironic and
This is
bad.
definitely above Sharknado, but like this was more sincere than a Sharknado. Sharknado intends to be dumb.
Yeah.
Whereas this had no intention of being dumb. It just wasn't serious enough to take seriously.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's maybe not a step up, down,
Right.
maybe just lateral.
Right.
It moves in a direction.
Sideways.
Maybe a diagonal. Yeah. I
But
don't know.
this movie would get lost on Netflix. It's not good enough to be in theaters. Although it made $9 million, and I think this is his first week out, right? Made $9 million, which is kind of fine for a $12 million movie. So, like, figure it makes half that next week. By the time it gets to Netflix or whatever, this movie's going to make its money back.
Yeah. And then we'll see 48 Meters Down.
Right.
Versus...
Recaged.
Recaged.
This time we put the sharks in the cage and people are swimming around them.
Oh no. Turns out we were the sharks all along.
Oh, it's a metaphor. Trump's America. So, again, you can't critique this movie too much, but the one very serious problem I had was, like, their use of audio in this movie, both from a technical standpoint, because the ADR is fucking terrible in this movie.
It's awful.
At least twice in the first 5 minutes, you can see where they edited out a swear word, which was hyper peculiar to me.
How did they not swear?
It's a PG-13 movie. It's a little bit violent, but one of them was very obviously shit that they edited out.
Oh my god, can you believe this crap?
That's literally what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so obvious. And most people probably won't notice that, but Ty and I have a history in this type of stuff. But why are you editing out totally normal swear words?
Use your one F word.
They didn't do that either. This was like a PG movie, but because it was violent, they had to go to PG-13. But there was literally no point in... You were going to get a PG-13 rating regardless, whether you threw a shit in there or not. Why are you editing those out?
Here's why.
Okay. Ty's on board.
I'm on board. I think it was Dan Olson did a video on something like this. This is a movie that is made to be in theaters for 5 minutes. Go to like DVD, and then to be something you see on syndication every weekend. Sci-Fi's gonna play the shit out of this.
They're just pre-editing it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So they'll make all their money back. Sci-Fi will pay them any money they lost, or anything on top of that is going to be profit.
Yeah.
So,
and then like in universe, the sound that they use, like they can hear each other through this water all the time.
I think that they have to have like walkie-talkies.
Sure, but like they're literally yelling even with their masks off, and they're like, I don't know.
I love the fact that one dude had like an iPod that was playing music perfectly underwater.
I have to assume is a real thing because they wouldn't put it in otherwise, but that was weird.
I was surprised it didn't have a Sony branding on it or something.
And then the shark put on a slow jam.
Oh my god, I can't believe the shark put on. Oh my god.
The music stops.
The dude's playing, oh my god, it was, She's Got the Look.
Yeah.
And this dude's welding underwater. He's welding something in this stone building.
I assume it's like scaffolding. They're supposed to be prepping for like scientists or something.
And he's just jamming out, and all of a sudden the music stops. It's like, it changes over to All By Myself or something like that.
It's only just begun.
Yes.
That's I don't know if that's the name of the song. It was also in the movie 1408, like repeatedly. That's what reminds me of. But yeah, the music stopped and then started again when the shark started talking. In world, not soundtrack.
If it was a fun like us watching the shark stalk him to this song, like this is what's going on in the shark's mind.
That would have been fun.
But this is just like, who's playing this music? Where does this music come from?
Yeah.
Like
So their use of sound just really very frustrated me.
It's all sloshing and ADR.
And I also don't understand where the fuck these sharks came from. Like, I understand, again, their explanation. They were trapped in these mines and stuff, whatever. But, like, there's not schools of fish, and these sharks are giant.
And there's like 6 of them.
Yeah, so what have they been eating this whole time that they've been trapped in ruins? Like, it wasn't... They developed the no-eye thing, so they've been in these ruins. It wasn't like they were sharks from the ocean that came in. They were down there forever, apparently.
Enough to
what
evolve.
What were they eating? They were giant sharks, bigger than the sharks out in the ocean.
Oh, is there little baby sharks coming after him? That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah,
that
would have been fun.
Like the little compies from Jurassic Park, but shark size.
Yeah, see, that would have made more sense to me. Those aren't scary as 2 giant sharks.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, you have to make a movie, so
yeah,
there's that.
Only scene I liked was John Corbin giving a we're gonna get through this speech and then getting eaten by a shark, which is cliche, but it still took me by surprise and was funny.
That was straight out of Deep Blue Sea, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it's like
we're gonna get out of here and then bromp.
Yes, and that's exactly it. It's like, I believe in you, and then gets eaten. Very funny. It was in slow motion.
He was a lot of fun on this.
Yeah, because I like him. I don't know what it is. Even when he's not even trying, I'm into it.
But this is, I don't know.
This movie's hard to critique, but as I was saying to Ty on the way out, this is the first movie we've seen for Bad Movie Friday that felt like a Bad Movie Friday movie to me. Like, in the spirit of what we're trying to do, this was it. Like, low budget, pretty shitty, kind of funny, a lot of problems.
Yeah, this is a bad movie. This is the Bad Movie Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. Shark, what is it?
47 Meters Down
47
Uncaged.
Meters Down Uncaged. Bad movie, don't see it, but
enjoy it when it's on Sci-Fi in 6 months.
Right.
Non-stop.
If you're 19 and you still get together like we used to, which I don't even know if that's a thing kids do anymore, this is a perfect movie for that. You're going to have a good time laughing at it with your friends while you're a little bit high or drunk. If
we weren't in the theater, like surrounded, like there were people there, like we would have just been chuckling to each other back and forth.
And there's a lot of
non-stop.
times where I started to get a good giggle. The music is terrible at the beginning.
Oh
There's
my
one scene where
God.
they literally edited it wrong. Like, the scene starts, and then the music kicks in bombastically like 4 seconds into where the scene starts. Like, they literally just didn't do it right. Like, they didn't line up the thing.
I'm going to end my discussion on this movie with the beginning of the movie. The opening credits take 16 minutes.
Forever. And there's 15 executive producers.
It's insane.
15 of them. But not even the real producers. Just executive producers.
Just the guys who were like, hey, here's $50.
Right.
They crowdfunded this. It was like, if you give us the $50 tier, then you can have your name in the opening credits.
I wonder if this was crowdfunded.
I cannot believe it would be crowdfunded.
Oh, and all the names sound like they're made up.
Yeah.
Like, all of them. Very, very funny.
Chance McMoneybags.
Seriously. All right. Well, I mean, that's it. That's all we have to say,
Yeah.
really.
My vote's...
It is what it is.
My vote is see it or don't.
Yeah, see it or don't. Actually, you know what I will say? So there was a reasonable amount of people in this theater for, again, this is Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Opening weekend.
There was probably 25 people in this theater. This movie pass type thing, movies like this are going to really reap the benefit of that. Because if I paid $15 for this, I would have been furious.
If people looked at me and said, "Let's go see 47 Meters Down to do a video about it," I'd be like, "No,
No, right.
I'll
But
go
considering-
see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood."
Sure, I'll
and-
pay $15
Yeah.
for that. And I know that for a fact the people in front of us also had this unlimited movie pass, because when it stopped, they were fiddling around with their phones when I saw the app. Movies like this might actually be profitable because of this program. So deep down, I'm kind of thrilled that like people are going to go see shitty movies more.
Yeah, maybe this is the new Hollywood Video. It's just your movie theater.
Seriously. I mean, look, I spend $20 a month at Hollywood Video. I'll spend $20 a month on this, and I'll see comparably shitty movies with my best friend. Like this is it for a new generation,
Living the dream.
basically. 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Final thoughts about anything?
Nah.
No.
See it or don't.
See it or don't. For This Week in Bad Movies, Man of 1004 Names, Tyrell Deep Blue Sea. Find me on Twitter at 1004 Names.
I'm Killer Greg. You can find me at Killer Greg17 on Twitter. What's our idiotswithmics.com?
Idiotswithmics.com.
All that stuff.
Oh, you guys better buckle up, Buttercup, because next week, the angel has fallen.
Our boy's back.
Jerry
B.
Butts. I'm excited, and you should be too.
Hell yeah.
All right, till next time.
Peace.